And what is going on, you guys? It is your boy SF Bay Area Sports Talk, and we are here for another Giants pre-game stream today as the Giants are taking on the Los Angeles Angels to begin the first of 4 games. And Giants right now are looking to get that absolutely bitter taste out of our mouths from the weekend in terms of how horrible we played. Welcome everybody to the pregame show today. I see we got Michelle. Welcome to the chat. I see we got Joseph. Welcome. I see we got David. Welcome. Welcome everybody. So glad to have you guys here as we are going to take you right up to the first pitch today. And man, you guys, what an absolutely just that weekend. Again, that's something we want to never have to think about ever again. That was just some of the worst, unfortunate sequence of events that I have ever seen in all the years that I've been watching Giants baseball. I've seen a lot of heartbreaks over the years, and doesn't get as bad as that when you're talking about blowing huge leads like that to a team that, look, the A's, they're a good ball club, and I really liked how well and how competitive we played against them. We played well enough to easily have taken 2 out of 3 over the weekend, and it's unfortunate that our bullpen really let us down. When you're talking about this Giants bullpen, I was really impressed starting out the season. The first couple of weeks, the bullpen looked like we were doing pretty good. A lot of young arms were pitching pretty well. And something to keep in mind is that a lot of these young Giants pitchers, they haven't had a whole lot of experience pitching in high leverage situations. And when you're talking about high leverage situations, this weekend we saw the bullpen just completely imploded. And it was just unfortunate. I'm still kind of, and losing to the Bay Area rivals, our A's, the A's like that, I'm still trying to process everything. But look, the good news about baseball, you guys, is that you flip the switch, you turn the page. Today is a new day, and the Giants can try to get back into feeling good. And look, one of the big encouraging things of this season, we are going to continue to talk about it, which is the offense this year. The offense has looked fantastic this season. And if we're going to go, I'm going to give you guys some very specific stats as we're going to break down this Giants offense. We've seen this year them have the ability to come back in ball games. That's something we've done so well this season. Whether you're talking a 4-run deficit, a 5-run deficit, they've proven they can come back in games, and that's been really encouraging because, look, we have never had a Giants offense that can hit. Usually our offense ranks, basically 25th to 30th, basically like last in the league in almost every major offensive category. But this year, you guys, we have flipped the switch in terms of the offense. Now, to go through some of the numbers coming into play tonight, the offense, we are 13th in Major League Baseball with 101 runs scored on the season. So that's fantastic. You're talking about this Giants offense. And now, in terms of team batting average, we have a team batting average of 246 on the year. So that ranks us as 12th in Major League Baseball. And again, like I've been saying, a lot of these Giants hitters up and down the lineup, they can hit for average. They've been working great at bats up there. And in terms of talking about working great at bats, walks this season, you guys, we are also middle of the pack, ranked 15th in the league in walks drawn. Giants batters have drawn 68 walks this season. So definitely like to see that. Anytime you're drawing walks, you're getting more pitches out of the pitcher. And, the key always is try to get into that pitcher's that other team's bullpen as soon and as early in the game as you possibly can. And that's absolutely key. And and also home runs, you guys, we are 13th, tied for 13th in the league this year. Giants have hit 27 home runs. So that has been extremely encouraging to see. So let me know what you guys are thinking. How are you feeling? Let me know how you're doing today. In terms of especially the weekend that we saw. I hope, everyone's spirits are doing pretty well right now because, look, good thing we got a game today and we can try to get back in the win column. So talking about today's starters, let's kind of look into this. So the Giants are going to be sending the left-hander Tyler Anderson to the mound, and I'm really excited to see Anderson. The start he had a couple of starts ago was absolutely fantastic for him when he went up against his old team, the Colorado Rockies, a start in in Colorado, and he shut down that deep Rockies lineup with 5 shutout innings for Tyler Anderson. And that was really impressive. He allowed just 2 hits in that outing, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Didn't allow a run. Now, his last outing in Houston, Anderson did struggle just a bit, but still was able to get through 5 innings. In that outing, he allowed 4 runs to the Astros, allowed 3 walks, and had 2 strikeouts. I see we got James Decker. Welcome to the chat. Good to have you here. Hello. I've been having tons of internet and serious problems, but at least I missed the A's sweeping us. Yes, I don't know if you guys seen it. Some of you guys probably were here, but when me and Eric from Hum Baby Baseball were trying to do the post-game stream on my channel after the game yesterday, the internet was not working whatsoever, and we were having some big-time problems. And yeah, thankfully right now the internet seems to be working fine today. But yeah, you didn't miss a whole lot over the weekend. Definitely would not have. For me, having to sit through those painful, absolutely excruciatingly painful 9th innings, you guys. Again, I equate what we saw over the weekend to being worse than a bad breakup. I mean, bad breakups are bad, but what you saw, what us Giants fans had to endure against our Bay Area rivals over the weekend, again, I wouldn't wish something like that on my worst enemy. So right now we just got to bounce back, you guys. I mean, as you know me, I'm always about the bigger perspective here. I'm trying to think optimistically about this team. And yeah, that's the big thing, is that this offense I have been really impressed with the Giants offense this year. That's been the biggest bright spot of the season. And as we said, this team has been really uncharacteristic of typical Giants teams that, we've been accustomed to seeing in the past. Again, our mantra back in the day when we were winning those 3 titles, we were built on pitching and defense and timely hitting. And now you're seeing this team struggle with pitching, struggle immensely defensively, but hitting wise, we've been tearing the cover off the baseball, doing a great job keeping up with the pack. So I see, his serious problem was missing baseball. Again, welcome everyone. So glad to have you guys here. I'm so excited to be here. And yeah, right now I'm just excited that we got a game today and to try to get that bitter taste out of our mouths from the weekend against the A's. Look, right now, the Giants, we knew, again, coming off of that 3-city road trip, we went 3-7, not how we wanted to draw that up. And we knew it was going to be key to come home and play some better sound fundamental baseball. And that's what's frustrating, because, look, we played well enough to take 2 out of 3 from one of the best teams in baseball right now in the A's over the weekend. And, look, we should have had those 2 games in the bag, should have had 2 out of 3. But, look, it is what it is right now, and so we have to readjust here and kind of clear our heads today and go into this game tonight with a clear mindset and just try to put together some good at-bats with the offense, see another good start from Tyler Anderson. And really, we're going to have to start building back up the confidence in this Giants bullpen because, man, over the weekend, we had one of our roughest stretches in a 3-game span in the San Francisco Giants era, you guys. Again, Giants breaking all kind of records that we don't want to be seen broken, but that's was the case. And the bullpen, I think, allowed a record amount of runs in a 3-game span in the San Francisco Giants era in that 3-game series against the A's. So, yes, when you're talking about how bad things we saw, I mean, leads that have not been blown since 1929. I mean, we're talking almost 100 years that we haven't seen this thing. A lot of us have never seen a 5-run lead blown in the 9th. So, yeah, again, I don't want to get too caught up in how the frustration from the weekend here. But look, we are feeling good today with the game tonight. So now talking again about Anderson, this is a big opportunity for him. He's been looking very good for us in the rotation and really big tonight to be the stopper, try to give us a good start. Now, the Angels, I believe this guy that we're facing here tonight, let's see, we got this guy right here. Let's see if we got, Griffin Canning is a young pitcher here. I think he's in his 2nd year, so doesn't have a whole lot of big league experience. And the Giants don't have a whole lot of lifetime history, you guys. If we're looking at yeah, the only player in the Giants lineup or on the team that's actually seen this young pitcher from the Angels is Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence has had 2 lifetime at bats. So yeah, right now the Giants are going to be facing a pitcher today that we don't know a whole lot about. And what did Willie Mays, the Say Hey kid, what did he always used to say when you asked him what the toughest pitcher was that he ever faced? He always said, you guys, it was the guy that he didn't know, anything about. And so right now, the Giants are going to be getting some serious homework done today. They're going to be getting some serious education on this young Angels righty today. And it's going to be some much needed education. So yeah, the Giants, we got to have some good at bats and hopefully figure this guy out at least by the 3rd time through the order. Yeah, right now, just put together some good at bats, but this is going to be a good challenge for our offense. Our offense has looked so good this year, so I'm confident in our ability to go out there today and be able to, put up some hits and score some runs today. That's going to be absolutely huge, you guys. A big, exciting game today. Now, let's start breaking down the lineup. So we're going to start going. Oh, yeah, that's the thing, too. Before I get into the Giants starting lineup today, we do have some roster transactions to announce today. So the Giants did end up recalling outfielder Steven Duggar back from the alternate site. So the Giants have another outfielder on the roster right now. And we ended up sending Derek Rodriguez back to the minor league alternate camp. And so with Derek Rodriguez, it was really tough to see out there, you guys. Yesterday, only lasting an inning and 2/3. I think he gave up 7 hits and it gave up 5 runs to the A's. And yeah, Rodriguez just didn't have good stuff at all. And the thing with Rodriguez is, look, okay, he burst upon the scene in 2018. That was when we saw him really be, the guy that we always envisioned he could be, like a future ace of our staff, maybe even a Cy Young Award winner. Like, that was how good Rodriguez was pitching back in 2018. But then, unfortunately, he took a big step back last year in 2019 and really struggled out there. Let's see. We're going to go through some of the comments. Again, welcome, everyone. So glad to have you guys all here. Everyone pulls could tie or pass Mays on the all-time home run list in this series. So, man, that would be absolutely insane. Let's see if I can move this up for a sec for you guys. So, yeah, when you're talking about Albert Pujols, look, man, I've been watching this man play for so many years now. It's insane. I started watching baseball in September of 2006. So again, still kind of early with Albert Pujols here, but I've been watching his whole career and, just insane. I remember when Bonds broke Willie Mays' 660. Funny story, actually, you guys, the home run that tied Willie Mays' 660 from Barry Bonds that hit into McCovey Cove, my uncle was actually in a blow-up raft in McCovey Cove, and he didn't actually get the ball, but the ball landed in front of him, and somehow he flipped his raft over, and some guy in like a kayak was able to speed in and grab the ball. And yeah, I mean, that's something I always remember. I was really young. My uncle came back from the game, and yeah, he was all over the news, literally, like, everyone's seen his raft. He was the guy that didn't get the ball, but, things happen. So, yeah, it's going to be very exciting to see Albert Pujols. If he does it, I hope it's not in this series. I don't want to see that happen against the Giants. But when he does break that, hats off to Albert Pujols. He's had a fantastic career. I know he's tailed off a bit in terms of the batting average, but nevertheless still has that insane presence in the batter's box, the power. I mean, you'll love to see it. Dude, yeah, thank you, David. My uncle, he's a funny guy. He's an A's fan. So, at that time, he was just trying to get Barry Bonds' historic home run. Literally, him and my aunt were, like, going into McCovey Cove almost for every game. They were booking hotels, like, in the city all the time. And, yeah, those were the days. I was only, like, 9 years old at the time. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't go to any of those games. But what's insane is, look, when that home run actually happened, the 660, so my uncle was in the McCovey Cove, and he heard, the fans are saying, oh, they're walking him. In reality, they weren't walking Bonds. They just threw him a couple bad pitches outside. So it was like 3-0. So my uncle, he's literally just sitting there, 3-0 count. He's thinking they're intentionally walking Barry Bonds. So my uncle's just chilling, laid back, and all of a sudden, boom, Bonds smacks that baseball, and all of a sudden my uncle's jumping up, and then literally ball lands like not even a few feet away from him. And again, maybe something to do with the adrenaline, but flips his raft over completely. And then, yeah, some other guy got Bond's 660 home run. So, yeah, yes, I see we got JP. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here. Let's go, Giants. Yes, we got to get a victory today. Look, I know we're 8-15 on the season. Not how we wanted to be here, especially when we were 5-5, 10 games into the season. Things were looking pretty good for us that, we were going to have an opportunity to try to get into the playoffs. And look, coming off of the 3-city team road trip, our biggest test of the year, and then unfortunately getting swept by the A's. We've really dug ourselves a deep hole in terms of getting to the postseason now. Not sure how many games back we are of the wild card, but right now for the Giants, just try to play some good baseball, play better, sound, fundamental baseball, really focus on the fundamentals, keep your laser focus. We don't want to continue to see these mental errors and these mental lapses that you're having on the field, like, Flores not getting a sure out at first base in a 5-run lead. And then again, whether you're making a throw, overthrowing the cutoff. Look, when you're making throws, make sure you hit the cutoff. Don't overthrow the guy. Don't try to be Mr. showing my arm off something. Don't be too fine with it. Just do what you got to do. Yes, a brutal series against the A's. Dude, that's what I've been saying. I love this take here. Look, the Giants, we played well enough against a really competitive A's ball club. Should have been able to, we had those 2 games in the bag in that series. Should have had 2 out of 3. And right now, this Giants team, look, what I've said this year is we are one of the most resilient ball clubs. We've come back in a lot of ball games. We've trailed, 4 or 5 runs. So look, if there's any team that can try to bounce back from pretty much 3 of the worst losses you may ever see in any baseball franchise in a 3-game span. I mean, the only thing worse in this case would have been if these were postseason games, but they're regular season games. And we were on the wrong side of history this past weekend. So the Giants, they are the ones that can bounce back. They can show the resiliency. And look, this is their opportunity here. You got 4 games against the Angels. The Angels, they're not having that great of a season. And so, with these 2 teams here, it's going to be some competitive games. And then you got the Arizona Diamondbacks coming into town after this 4-game series with the Angels. And Arizona, they haven't gotten off to the best start this year. So these are 2 winnable series for the Giants. Let's see. We got Leoton. Welcome to the chat. So, for today, so just so you guys know, as a heads up for each series, the way me and Eric from Hum Baby Baseball do it, we got one day me and him do the show on my channel. Another day I'll be on his channel, of course. And then the third day, we do a separate show that day. So basically, we try to mix it up for you guys, get a good variety. So today, we won't have Hum Baby, unfortunately, but we are going to be back tomorrow, you guys. So glad to be with Eric when we're there. And we'll be hopefully talking some wins in this case. Because, we had, if you guys saw us over the weekend, we were dealing with a lot in terms of those games against the A's. So glad to have you guys all here. Welcome. So make sure you got that, subscriber bell notification so you can be notified when we're going live. So absolutely love it. Again, welcome everyone to the show. Hope you guys are having a great day today and whatever you're doing and getting excited for the game tonight. And look, hopefully we see better baseball here because getting tired of just seeing embarrassing baseball. Because it's not fun when you're playing like this and getting absolutely embarrassed like the Giants have. So this is key right now to bounce back this weekend. So, but we are going to start going through the lineup. You guys going to start breaking that down. Going to be leading off tonight. You got Mike Iskrinsky continuing to have a fantastic sophomore season, coming off of the spectacular rookie season. Let's see. We got GP. Why people getting on Kepler for guys not performing? Giants have 20 errors in 24 games. No dominant players. Dusty Baker lost 100 games, then won 100 games with good players. Give him a chance. This is a good take. I like this perspective here. Can't really judge Kepler too much off of this shortened season. And again, with what we have on this roster, look, this roster at times has looked really impressive, and we've played some really tough teams this year, really competitively. So this year is not going to be all on Kepler. And look, for the most part, I would say, Kepler, I think he's done a decent job. I do know, of course, he's made a lot of controversial decisions in terms of management of the starters, management of the bullpen, and different types of situations like that. But look, Kepler, I think he's still learning. And, right now we just got to bear with him. And yeah, right now it's going to be big, obviously. He's got to produce, and we got to have a good year, I think, in 2021. Yeah, because look, I think we are not that far away from really starting to put it together and really start winning a lot of games because we got so much young, exciting talent up and coming, you guys. So really excited. I see Sebastian, welcome. Please, Giants win at least 3. I mean, yeah, that would be absolutely amazing if we can take 3 out of 4 from the Angels here. Let me get a water break real quick, guys. Hold on. But yeah, I mean, this is the key. Look, we got to answer right here. This is going to be huge. So get off to a good start today. And look, if the Giants are going to somehow get back into the mix, I know that I always like to think positive and keep things in perspective here. And yeah, I mean, our chances of going to the postseason is really dwindling at this point and looking very unlikely with this team, especially if they continue to make these mistakes, blowing leads in the bullpen like they have, not playing sound fundamental defense. But man, if we can somehow play some good baseball here in these next couple of series with the Angels and Diamondbacks, Giants can get right back into the mix. All you got to do at this point is get back to 500. We're 7 games under 500 now. So look, just take it one game at a time. Play better baseball. I mean, look, the Giants have played well enough to win a lot of these games this year. And we've also had one of the most toughest schedules of the season early on. And so give the Giants some credit. I mean, our record has not been what we've wanted to be, but a lot of these games we came very close to winning. And that's the thing. You don't get wins for almost winning, but we've been close and playing a lot of good teams competitively. I see JP saying Sean Anderson should be the closer. Yeah, Sean Anderson is a great candidate to be in that closer's role. And look, Sean Anderson has had experience at the closer spot going back to his college days. He's looked really terrific coming out of the bullpen this year. And look, he's a guy that definitely could take over that closer's role. I think in terms of the closer's role, what you're going to see with this Giants team right now is we're going to be going closer by committee with so many young arms in the bullpen. There's not a definitive guy that's really taken over the role. And look, Trevor Gott, man, it's unfortunate because he looked so beautifully. He was pitching so well. He converted his first 4 save opportunities, had a couple of great saves against the Dodgers. I think one in Colorado too. So look, Trevor Gott was really great to start the year. But then when you saw the 2 outings he had against the A's, he just didn't look comfortable there, didn't look himself. And yeah, again, it takes a lot to have that closer mentality to be able to come in there and shut the door in the 9th inning. I mean, no matter what, the last 3 outs of a ball game are the hardest to get because you know how hard teams fight. Every team in baseball, look, nobody goes down without a fight. And so, look, you got to have a bulldog mentality out there at the closer's role. And look, Sean Anderson, I would definitely love to see him get a crack at the closer spot. I think he would do great there. And look, he's a guy also we could see be put in the starting rotation for Sean Anderson. And so, yeah, a young, exciting pitcher here. We got Anderson in the Eduardo Nunez trade, of course, from 2017 at the trading deadline with the Boston Red Sox. So that ended up turning out to be a great deal. Anderson, of course, was picked up from the former, ownership group here. So, yeah, let's continue talking the Giants lineup today. So, Yastrzemski leading off today, you guys. He is hitting 305 on the year. Spectacular. He's got 5 home runs on the season and 16 RBIs for Yaz. He's going to be playing in right field tonight. And then you got Alex Dickerson in the 2 spot in the lineup. He is going to be getting the start in left field tonight. Now, Dickerson has cooled off a bit now, hitting 245. But Dickerson did get off to a hot start, and it's going to be key for Alex Dickerson to try to get back to the way he was producing back in the summer of last year. If you guys remember, in 2019, when the Giants went on that absolutely amazing run in July, we went like 20-5. Dickerson was a huge part of that key rally there. He was swinging the bat really red hot. So that's going to be key. You got to see Dickerson start to swing the bat well and produce. And then you got Donnie Barrels, Donovan Solano. He is going to be batting third tonight, getting the start at second base. Of course, unfortunately, Donovan Solano did lose his 17-game hitting streak in the game last night. Had an opportunity there in the ninth inning with 2 out and bases loaded, but Solano did go 0 for 4. Nothing to be concerned about. What I was really happy to see is that Solano did start all 3 games over the weekend. And prior to that, he had missed the last 2 games in Houston. Solano was battling an abdomen issue. So that's the good news right now. It looks like Solano is healthy. He's been in the lineup, still swinging the bat very well. So, would have loved to have seen him extend the hitting streak. But yeah, so he's in there today, still hitting .403 on the season. Just absolutely spectacular. So I see if the Giants don't win at least 3, Giants just pack their bags on to next year. And, right now we're getting to that point in the season. We're already now almost at the halfway point of this 60-game season. We're 8-15 right now. And yeah, if you don't play well in these next 2 series against, some teams that aren't having good years, then yeah, I mean, you have to start thinking about that we're not going to be playing for the postseason this year, and, just try to do the best we can, win as many games as we can. And yeah, I mean, regroup. And, again, if it doesn't work out in our favor this year, we'll take the pros and cons. We'll take the positives of, if we don't have a good record this year, Giants will be able to get another good draft pick to add to what is going to be, look, our farm system now is one of the best farm systems in baseball. And that's extremely exciting, you guys, especially because, several years back, we had one of the weakest farm systems in baseball. And now new president Farhan Zaidi, new GM Scott Harris, and the new front office, they have completely rebuilt this farm system. In fact, you guys, half of the Giants' top 30 prospects were acquired from Zaidi and Scott Harris and the new front office. So that's just puts into perspective the terrific job that they have done in bringing in a lot of young talent, a lot of young prospects. And that's what's going to be extremely exciting to see what trade should the Giants at the trade deadline. Yeah, so there's 2 different ways to look at the trade deadline here. Right now, if we're going to look at it from the perspective of, if we're going to be sellers, it's going to be hard to see what teams are going to take on, a lot of our veteran contracts. Like Johnny Cueto could be a guy that we trade, but someone's going to have to be willing to take on, bulk of the remaining salary that Cueto's owed. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I've heard a lot of people say that Donovan Solano could be another guy that could be traded. And if you ask me, I don't want to see Solano get traded because I think Solano can be that guy that's going to be part of the next up-and-coming team in the next couple of years that, when we're playing at such a high level, I see Solano being a part of that team. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, the Giants, we also have, Kevin Gausman. He's another starter that I could possibly see maybe getting traded at the deadline. He's a guy that, Zaidi was able to sign Drew Pomerantz to a 1-year deal prior to the 2019 season. And you saw we were able to flip Drew Pomerantz at the trading deadline to get Mauricio Dubon. So if we can maybe trade in Kevin Gausman, and Gausman has looked amazing this year, has had amazing strikeout stuff. Gausman, I think, had 11 strikeouts his last outing. You've seen his split. Gausman's split is one of the most filthy pitches. I see. Welcome to the chat, Brandon D. Wild. So great to have you here. What is going on? Hope you're having a good day. Again, welcome everyone to the show. Hope everyone's having a great day. We are getting ready for Giants baseball here. And so, yeah, Gausman, talking about him, he's a guy that could get traded. And Gausman's split is one of the most filthy things I've ever seen. What's amazing with Gausman's split is his release point looks identical to the fastball. So when Gausman is throwing the split, literally as it's coming to home plate, it looks identically like his fastball, which goes 99 miles an hour, and then the split just completely dies out on you. Literally at the last second, the split is coming into the strike zone. It just bottoms out completely, at the last couple of seconds. And Gausman's split is something like what we saw with Tim Lincecum's changeup. That was why no one could get any contact on the, Gausman got so many swings and misses on the split. And I think Gausman, he really is the 2-pitch guy. So, his split, it allows him to do so much. Let's see. Do you think Giants would trade Cueto at the trade deadline or wait until the offseason? Yeah, I think it's possible he could get dealt at the deadline. Just is going to have to be the best going to have to be a good deal that's going to work out, and for Zaidi to take that. Watson, Watson's another guy that could get dealt here. I see we got the game going, guys. Yashkrinsky up there, so we're going to be winding down the pregame today. We see Brandon saying Longo may be good enough. We pay the fright. Yeah, with Longoria, he's still owed a significant amount of money, so hard to see anyone taking a bite out of his salary and to trade for Longoria. Solano has value, yes. Like I said, I wouldn't trade Solano, but look, if a team comes and wows us, like gives us an offer of the century, then look, we'll take it. If some teams are going to be desperate for offensive help, they know that Solano would be a great DH for them, a clutch 2 out at bat. Yastrzemski, here he goes. This one's gone. Oh, is it going to be out? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I thought that was going out of here. Got caught right at the wall. Goodness. Will Trout play today? I think he is playing today. Yes, he's batting third tonight. So you guys, as you can see, I'm wound up. The game is underway. So we are going to be winding down the pregame. Thank you so much to everyone checking in today. What would a Johnny Cueto trade look like? Off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure here in terms of what we would be looking to get, but I would have to say at least 2 to 3 prospects. If it's only two really great prospects. But yeah, those are things we'll kind of figure out as we start getting closer. So thank you guys so much for your questions. I'll be checking in with you. Be sure after the game, we're going to be here for a post-game stream. So again, let's go Giants. Let's get the victory today. Let's put some runs on the board. Thank you guys again. I'll see you in the post-game stream. I appreciate you guys so much. And as always, until next time, of course, I'll see you tonight. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later. Have a great rest of your night. And if I see you tonight, then I'll see you tonight. All right. Let's go, Giants.